guys, Jesse here. I hope you are enjoying Module 2 so far on learning how to detox. In this lesson, we're going to discuss negative physical energy and detoxing from it. Specifically, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how physical energy blocks form in the first place, and then I'm going to give you a few easy techniques that you can start applying today to start clearing some blockages. Physical energy blockages. And the simplest way to think about this is what we put in and around our body. So think of it as the things that are right around us and the things that we consume that go into our body. Now, some of these things create biological energy, but also when it comes to this life force and this prana that we're talking about, they also have a prana signature as well. So you might see some duplicates here of what you would expect, such as food creating energy, but there's also an energy or a prana, a life force in everything that we eat. So this is a fun little table, and you can pause the video here and look at it if you want, but really what we're showing here is that whether the energy be from a fresh vegetable directly from your garden, or from your backyard, or whether you're eating something that's ultra processed, maybe some sugary comfort food, or your local fast food favorite Happy Meal, whatever it might be, if people still have Happy Meals, the energy that exists in these things becomes part of us. In addition, over the course of most of our lifetimes, we've at one point in time had some sort of vice: smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, taking drugs. So these things become toxins that we put into our body as well. Our environment can create negative energy within ourselves. If we spend all of our time in nature breathing fresh air or hiking in the woods, this is some healthy energy, versus if you're surrounded constantly by some obtrusive loud noises or some what do you call it, these LED lights that are just buzzing all the time. Or maybe you grew up or live in a very busy city where there is a lot of pollution, right? These things, our environment creates energies that also become part of us. And the body, the touch that we experience in our life, right? Body care and touch. Do we get massages? Do we have good hygiene? Do we have um, a routine for hugs, right? And hugging people is a really powerful form of positive, loving energy. If you don't have hugs, it could be hard, right? And also, if you don't have good hygiene practices, I know that picture is right under my face here, but it's just this idea that if you don't take care of your hygiene, this can also introduce some negative, dirty energy. So, the first thing that we're going to talk about is how do we get rid of these energies? And one of the most powerful things that you can do, especially if you're experiencing some kind of health problems, is to give your insides, to give your body, your biological physical body, essentially kind of like a car wash. All of these things that we consume can really create a sense of stress, and that energy of stress, which can create physical things, such as sensations, illnesses like inflammation, high blood pressure, and just sickness and disease. So one of the things that I recommend for everybody to do is to do a food or health eating cleanse. So when you do one of these cleanses, and they can range in time from 3 days, one day, 3 days, 14 days, 21 days. They can be juicing cleanses. They can be fruit cleanses. They can be things like Whole30. Whatever works best for you is fine. But when you do this, this is a way to kind of shock the toxins out of your body. And when you do that, it improves your body's ability to absorb nutrients. And there's a nice byproduct of this, is that you usually release some fat. While that's not the goal, when your body is under tense stress from all the toxins that we've maybe consumed over a lifetime, and even over just the course of a year, it tends to hold on to things like fat as a form of protection. But when we cleanse it from the inside, that fat can just be released. From an energetic perspective, it's releasing diseased energies that we accumulated from our environment. And when you do that, it's improving that flow of prana that we talk about, that is so vital to health and vitality and longevity. And essentially, this allows us to regain energetic control over the state of our body. There's a reason it's the first detox method I'm teaching, because it's the easiest and it gives us a nice level playing field for everything else that's to come. Now, I have an obligation here to provide a disclaimer. Now, if you have any concerns, and I would say even the slightest inkling, okay, and maybe this is just a good idea for everybody to do anyways. If you're thinking about doing a cleanse, I'm not a doctor. You are your own best health expert. I don't know what kind of physical conditions you have, or what you're dealing with. So always just make sure that you consult with your primary care team before you do something like this. In general, while just improving your healthy eating, even for a short time, is only going to be beneficial, again, please consult with your doctor if you have any concerns, or if you just want to make sure that you're 100% safe before doing a cleanse. As part of this course, I'm providing you with a 14-day reset cleanse that you can use if you're looking for one option to use. And you can find this in the Resource Center, or within this lesson, there's also a link that will take you right there. I love this cleanse. I do it multiple times. I've done it multiple times. I've done it at least a year since I first found it. There's both a meat eater option and a vegetarian option, and it works wonders. It feels great. It teaches you things that you probably never thought you would expect to learn, and I would highly recommend this cleanse. If you're looking for something else, a couple of others that I would recommend is Whole30 is always a good one. And there's now a Whole30 vegetarian if you don't eat meat. And also, one of my favorites is a person named Anthony William, who's also known as the medical medium. He has a book called Cleanse to Heal, and this is another great option for cleansing if you want to look into something else. Okay, the second method for detoxing the physical body, a salt bath. Now, these are really powerful, and they are energetic focused. Okay, so salt, and when I say salt, I'm speaking specifically about non-Epsom salt. Epsom salt is really good for relaxing muscles, but we're not talking about muscle relaxants here. We're talking about clearing energy. Okay, salt is a form of it has the quality of being able to disintegrate negative energy. Water attracts and holds on to negative energy. So when you put them together, we're able to, you take a salt bath, any negative energies that are living in your aura, that are living in your body, they're contained, and then the salt disintegrates it. So when you're done with this, you usually get out of that salt bath feeling lighter, feeling refreshed, feeling clear-minded, feeling healthier, feeling energized. These work wonders. They are like magic. If you've ever been in an ocean, dipped yourself in a nice calm ocean, relaxing ocean, this is nature's salt bath. And it's the same thing. It's not Epsom salt, it's true salt water. And salt water is incredibly powerful for clearing and detoxing negative energies. So if you have an ocean at your whim, right? If you're able to get to an ocean and can work that into your routine to get into the ocean, wonderful. If not, a salt bath is another great option. So how do you do it? You start with about 1 pound of real salt, and that's not a typo, and I know it's a lot of salt. Usually for me, that ends up being about 6 or 7 cups. And I get a Tupperware, and I put this salt in a Tupperware, okay? You also need like some essential oils, like a lavender, a sandalwood can work well, but I would highly recommend lavender, because there's some energetic qualities in lavender that are really positive as well. So you take your Tupperware, you put your non-Epsom salts, like say table salt, water softening salt, which you can get for really cheap at Home Depot, into this Tupperware. And then you add about 6 or 7 drops of lavender oil to the salt. While you're doing this, start filling your bathtub with water and just start to make your environment, your bathroom, relaxing, whether that be candles, soft music, incense, whatever it could be for you that makes you nice and calm, that's going to add some energetic benefits. If you are somebody who prays or connects with spiritual guides, this is a really good time to do so and silently affirm and ask that they infuse this salt, that you've put into this Tupperware with their blessings and with healing energy. This is a really important step. You don't have to do it and you're still going to get benefit, but if you do this, this will be like exponential benefits from an energetic perspective. So once you've done that, you have this Tupperware full of salt, essential oil, and maybe some additional healing energy from sources greater than us. Go ahead and transfer this mixture to a bathtub. And then you just get in. You only want to soak in this tub, in the saltwater bath, for about 20, maybe 25 minutes at tops. Even 15 minutes is fine. And then when you're done, so I just set a timer, 15 minutes. And then when I'm done, I drain the tub and I stand up and I take a shower to just rinse off the salt. Try it. It feels amazing. And I would love to hear what you think in the comments below. Okay, the next method for detoxing, alternate nostril breathing. Okay, so we've learned a lot about just the power of breathing, but this specific approach to breathing is really, really powerful. And lots of traditions teach this. Pranic healing teaches this. They call it balance breathing. Hatha yoga calls it nadi shodhana. Pranayama, which you've probably heard of, calls it anulam vilam. Okay, and really what this is it's balancing the energy in our body. So you can see this picture here, the blue and the golden lines. These are called nadis. Nadis are the way that, and that's Nadis. This is how energy flows through our body. You constantly see me kind of doing this routine when I talk about energy, right? But these are the actual energetic lines that exist in our body where energy flows. So when we do this balanced breathing, it's flushing negative energy from these energy channels. Okay? This is a really good breathing routine technique to use if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling grouchy, if you're overwhelmed, you're anxious, if you're physically ill. If you find yourself in a contentious moment, go find a bathroom somewhere and do this, and you will walk out a different person. It's an incredibly cleansing, energetic technique, and it's a great way to interrupt yourself from whatever negative experience you might be having. So the way we're going to do this, and we're going to practice here in a moment, but just so you can kind of think through how this is going to happen, you're just going to think about plugging your nostrils one at a time. You're going to use your two fingers to plug your nostrils while you're inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so the routine is that we're going to inhale through the right, hold, exhale through the left, hold, and then we're going to reverse it. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. So you just think about it kind of going one way and then back the way it came. So again, it's inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left, inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. And that's going to be one cycle. So I'll show you kind of what this looks like, and then we're going to practice it together. So it's inhale, hold, exhale, plugging the other nostril, hold. Inhale, same nostril, hold, switch plugged nostril, exhale, hold, and then you just repeat. And you do this about 7 times, you're going to come out of this feeling incredible. So let's go ahead and try it together, okay? So this could take some practice. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. If you think you've got it, great. If not, feel free to watch me, and we will just do this 7 times together, and I'll count you through each one. Okay, so we're going to start by plugging our left nostril and begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Switch nostrils. Exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Switch nostrils. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Switch and exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Switch and exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Switch and exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Switch and exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Switch and exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. Inhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Switch and exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Switch and exhale through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your eyes closed and just be still and be aware. Just notice how you feel. Notice if your mind is thinking or if it's still. And when you're ready, come on back, open your eyes. That was 7 times. Okay, 7 cycles. One cycle is over and back. Okay, so practice this. Rewind the video if you want or need. Once you get the pattern down, it will be super easy and you'll be able to do it anytime in the car or if you need to go into a bathroom, if you're at your desk, if you're somewhere maybe you want a little privacy. But I do this every morning and it's an incredible way to start the day to flush your energy system. Okay, the last form of detox that I want to talk about today, because it's so important and it really deserves a whole section of its own, but we're just going to kind of mention it here because I don't want to leave it out, which is exercise. If you're not exercising already, and sometimes I like to use the word movement instead of exercise because exercise kind of has a bad connotation in some people. But really the idea is to move your body. Okay, when you do this, our chakras open, the negative energy is expelled through sweat, expelled through our pores, and it leaves us feeling fresh, light, energized, and ready to go. Um, you naturally have probably experienced this already in your life, the energy that you get from exercise. But energetically, when you have stagnation going on within your body, exercise is a must in order to expel this negative energy. Cardio is a really, really good form of doing this. If you can do something like a HIIT training, you're going to feel a natural high like you never have before by the time you're done. But any movement is better than nothing, right? Yoga does a great job of opening up some of our energy centers and letting things go. If you can only do some stretching, that's fine. Just do some stretching. HIIT training, I mentioned. Walking, at minimum, walk. Try to walk a little bit every day, no matter how old you are, no matter, if your body is in a lot of pain and you can only manage 1 minute of walking or 20 feet, start there. Just start doing some walking. Again, consult with your doctor. Don't hurt yourself, but work yourself up to a place where you can start to move your body and do some walking. Again, movement, exercise doesn't have to be the traditional go to the gym and sweat and lift weights, although weightlifting is great. It could be dancing, it could be swimming, it could be tennis, whatever you enjoy. The point is just move your body. Okay, so that's it for lesson 2, techniques for detoxing the physical body. So now we understand how our environment dirties our energy. We learned about the power of food cleansing or diets. We learned about salt baths. I hope you'll try this right away. We practiced some alternate breathing, which you should try more and get used to the routine there and the pattern. It'll be a life changer. And finally, movement or exercise. So I hope you're enjoying these lessons, and I hope these techniques are something that you're practicing and you're getting some value from. Next up, we're going to talk about techniques for detoxing your space, or the place you live, the place you work. Just some quick techniques, a real short lesson on how to clear negative energy that might be stagnant in those areas. Thank you for staying with me, and I'll see you in the next lesson.